Hey guys, how you doing? I hope you're all doing well and I hope you're all keeping safe. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. At this point, I feel like I owe you my life because it's been a while. What? Look at the forehead. Oh my god. It's been a while. It's been like, oh my god. Where? Hey, hey. I'm sorry. I try. Guys, let me tell you, I try. But life, oh my, what? But anyway, we are here today. And as you have seen from the thumbnail, from the title, we're going to be flattening our hair. I've just washed it. And I don't know where my other comp is, so I'm surviving with this too. This one, a child's friend, a friend of mine's child, did this toddler things. I just gave him this channel for a minute and a scissors, and this is what he did. But anyway, it's part of being an auntie, so yeah. So I'll be flattening with this small flat iron, cause yeah, as I update you about life lately, okay, about life lately, I don't intend for this to be like 1 hour video, but we'll go as fast as we can. I have my mirror here that will help me because yeah, so if you see me looking here, it's not that I'm not giving you attention, I'm just looking at the mirror. Okay, yeah guys, have you been? Please comment down below. And he's still a little bit wet, but anyway, what do I do with this forehead, man? I have to do something. Oh my god, I really have to do something with this forehead because what, my hair is supposed to be starting where? Here. This is where my hair is supposed to be starting. See, I have hair here. Oh my god, where did my edges go? Where? I want to tie it with this, but guys, so how has life been on your side? Because mine on my side, haha. Hey, hey, this is when Kenya we say where life has just been where here, but we thank God. The fact that we are alive today, the fact that yeah, we are alive and kicking, that's all that matters, you know. Yeah, that's all that matters. So the fact that I'm well, the fact that I'm alive, I'm grateful. I'm grateful because there are people who would have wanted to be alive this day, but they're not. The people who had plans, but I'm waiting for it to a little bit warm up. The people who had plans, but yeah. So the fact that I'm alive doing this video, I'm just grateful. The fact that I'm healthy, you know, guys, it's just yesterday I was doing laundry. Okay, I'll tell you, it's part of the story. I was doing laundry yesterday, and it dawned on me. I was like, what? God, thank you. The fact that I can bend and wash clothes, I need to be grateful for that, because imagine there are people who cannot do that. Imagine the people who cannot like bend to do laundry. But you, I can bend. For me, I can bend and just do the laundry. I'm grateful, grateful, grateful. So yeah, so guys, this has, oh my god, it's too much. So guys, wow. let's start with intellectually. Okay, intellectually, I've been doing good. I've been asking God for wisdom a lot for the past like 2 years, 1 year, and God has been faithful because I just, you know, in several places I'll talk and people will be like, hey, that's wisdom, that's wisdom. How comes I hadn't thought of it like that? So I've been reading books. I've been trying to just, you know, work on my knowledge, because you know wisdom is seeked but knowledge is, wisdom is asked but knowledge is seeked, right? Yeah, so I have been trying to read books, and yeah. So I'll not apply oil because whenever I apply oil, it burns me. I don't have the strength for that right now because no, baby girl, baby girl. So intellectually, I would say I'm trying. There are times, but also it also comes with the courage, the boldness, and the confidence, because there are times I could not talk because I felt I have nothing constructive to say. There are times I felt I had nothing constructive to say, so I will just be quiet and people having the discussion. So, but I've come to learn that just if you have something to say and you feel it's important, just say it. Just say it. Okay, don't fear, don't be afraid. So that is what I have also been learning, to just, as long as you feel in your mind it's making sense, as long as it's in line with the current discussion, yeah, just go ahead and air out your views, just comment, all right? So emotionally, what, guys? That's where my professor used to tell us, right now everything is smooth, you're here. When I was in Bible school, we used to be given everything, like breakfast, lunch, dinner. You know, it was like a boarding school. We stayed in school, the hostels were inside the school. So your school fees caters for also breakfast, tea break, dinner. All right? And we used to eat nice. We used to eat very nice. We used to eat meat every day, bread every day. So it used to be good. But the professor used to tell us, I know you're here and you feel everything is going well. Wait until you graduate and you go out there, and now the rubber meets the road. Let me tell you, the rubber met the road. And the rubber is so, the road is so rough that it starts the rubber. Oh my god. Ouch, 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 ouch. The road is so tough, the road is so rough that it cut the rubber. And now there's no rubber anymore. But ouch, ouch. You know, my hair is still a little bit wet, so when it touches it, the waters splash and it's hot, so it's burning my scalp. I don't know if I should wait for it to dry a little bit more, but I want to step out, so I really don't have the time to wait. So where was I? That's it. But of late, man, let me tell you, for everybody who desires to do ministry, man, let me tell you, ministry is, I always heard, well, I knew from a while back, I knew, because even when, you know, ministry is not something you wake up and just decide to do. So, you know, ministry is a calling, ministry is something, it's something God tells you to do. Now I understand. When Jonah was being sent and Jonah is like, hey, they're not going, because he knew what I would tell you. Oh, because let me tell you, ministry, oh my God, it takes the grace of God. It takes the grace. I would say ministry has been so hard. There are things, of course, there are things that are a little bit working. There are places I'm seeing progress. But even for that progress to be seen, for that progress to be visible, it's taken you a lot. It's taken you a lot. It's taken a lot of, God, where? Let me tell you, am I doing something? It's taken, there are things you go through in life and you're like, oh my God, where did I go wrong? God, just tell me where I went wrong. Just tell me where I went wrong. I'm ready to apologize. Tell me who I wronged. That I can just go apologize. That you just have mercy on me. You know, because amen, ministry has just been, it's been teaching me a lot. And then the thing is, when you're going through whatever you're going through, of course it's hard, of course you don't understand. There are places you get and you're like, God, okay, what are we even doing? Are we even still together? You know, I remember there are times I got and I would ask God, are we still together? You know, are you still in my life? Are we still doing this together? Or I left the train, you know, I left you somewhere, and you know, or you left and I was left somewhere, you know, just stranded and not knowing what I'm doing, there are times I'll get to that place. There are times I'll just tell God, show me that we're still together. Just do something. Just do something that I will know we are still together, you know, that will at least encourage me, you know. Yeah, and make me know that we are still together, because hey, let me tell you mine. Yeah, but as I've said, we are alive, we are grateful, okay? So ministry has been like that. Ministry has been a roller coaster of events happening, both good, but 10% good, 90%. Those seasons when you're like, hey God, tulikusikia kweli jameni. But there are times when before I was telling you, me honestly, me and God, when the call started coming, when the call came, I knew from a very young age, this is what I was called to do. But everything in me was like, that is not what I'm doing, by the way. I will not do that. You will not choose for me what I want to do. And so I did other things, you know, and I will try to be, I will try to be so good at them, so that there'll be no excuse. Like, yeah, I remember there was time and then pair with my upbringing, and no, it was not just something. I mean, I knew I was okay being married to a man of God. I was okay. I knew I would get married to a pastor. That I knew. I was okay. Okay, I was okay with a God. You want me to do ministry? You want me to serve ministry? Just allow me to serve it through my husband. My husband will do the ministry, and I'll do the serving my husband. All right. So I was okay with me getting married to a man of God. All right. But not me be that. And I remember when, you know, God will do everything. God will make you, he'll allow you do all you want to do, but you will be just going around in circles like this until you come back or himself, he'll take you like he did Jonah. He'll just make sure you go where he wants you to be. All right, he'd be like, let me tell you, my friend, this is my life, not your life, so I'm directing you to where I want you to go. So the earlier the better. Myself even ran away from church because I was like, the pressure is too much. I had a pastor friend of mine who used to pressurize when it came to ministry affairs, and and I had to just escape. I was like, you know what, you will do ministry. I didn't tell you I want to do ministry. I remember me telling him, I'll pray about it. I say, allow me pray about it. But I knew, of course, but I was like, no, 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 no. When he pressurized me so much about it, I was like, you know what, to HELLU, I don't want to do ministry. I want to do ministry. Let me tell you, I want to look at businessmen and be like, hey, I want to do ministry. I want to sit down and just be discussing about Kenyan affairs. No, I want to sit down with the who's and the who's, and we're discussing the economy of Kenya and how we're going to help the economy. I was discussing how I'll be lending money to the government of Kenya to just help Kenya be stable. Huh? Many other plans of man, but God is the establisher of them all. I knew I was going to be sitting down and just discussing, yeah, I'm doing this business in China, and I just landed from Hong Kong to just bring things to Kenya that will just make our lives easier. Here I am today, here I am today, here I am today, here I am today. But when I finally said I'll do ministry, God told me it's not going to be easy. And when there was an event, an encounter, and I had an encounter with God, and I was like, God, what was the meaning of that? And God told me, it's not going to be easy, but your life shall be sustained in the place of prayer, right? So God already warned me and told me it's not going to be easy. But my life shall be sustained in the place of prayer. So I knew it was not going to be easy. I knew. Hey, but this was not the definition of not being easy. Honestly speaking, if I were to be asked, this was not the definition of not easy. This is extra hard, This is extra hard. But, yeah. So ministry-wise, to just settle, to just be established, to just do things for God. Hey. And then it's an all-round thing, It requires your time, it requires your sacrifice, it requires your resources, and then we enter there financially. You're financially not stable. You want to do ministry, but how will you do ministry? And you're financially not stable, Yeah, so, hey, you want to do this, but you can't, So I joined missions in my department. My pastor advised me to join missions, so I joined missions. And we go places just spreading the word of God. And let me tell you, my missions department, it's a good department because they cater for, they know where you are, and they help, like they provide for transport, for food. Like whenever you're going for a mission, you're not going for missions every day, right? But the times you're going for missions and maybe you came out of your house very early in the morning, you didn't have like lunch, they'll just cater for lunch. They'll just give you money for lunch or just buy you lunch. They'll cater for your transport. They send you like 200. Personally, I live in Kasarani, so from Kasarani to Nairobi to Nakuru, seriously, from Kasarani to town or to church and back is usually 200. So they will just send you 200, But let me tell you, at my age, I'm usually like, no. I'm like, no. Like, you see the pressure of you're too old for someone to be taking care of your needs. You're too old. You should be, and then of course, by the pressure from parents, pressure from your surroundings. No, at your age, you're not supposed to be asking for money for this. So sometimes you even just say you're not available because una feel, man, sina kwa bad and jameni. At any time Faith has to go for missions, lazima mumtumie fare surely. So yeah, sometimes that's how I feel. And now you see it takes a toll on you emotionally. Sometimes you want to go places, you can't. You're not working. You don't have like a 9-to-5 job. You say that I wake up in the morning, I do this, I do that. I do hair, guys, I do hair. But I think God just makes sure He will not allow that to flourish, so that you will not forget ministry and best be doing hair. Because trust you me, if I'm to do hair, I try my best not to mix the two. But God knows, if you do hair, if a lot of money comes from hair, trust me, that's where your center focus will be. That's being human. that's where your center focus will be. And because he doesn't want that, God will just make sure he blocks. So at this point in my life, so I do hair for charity. I do hair for charity because I'll just be looking at someone, yeah, their hair looks bad. I'll be like, hey, just buy something, I'll make your hair for free. You know, when I come your way and I look at your hair and your hair looks bad, I'll be like, man, I feel bad about it. Be like, just buy some braids and I'll just do your hair for free. You know, it's like seed. I'm just giving a seed. You know, I'm just giving a seed, just giving that. So basically, that's what, like 98%. So even people that see my status and I'm just posting, and you ask me for money because you assume, yo, umeshukana, you have money. 90% of the times, yeah, it's just someone I saw. I was like, man, let me just help. Let me just make your hair for you. So basically, that's where God has gotten me to. People who ask, oh, so you just look for a job, man. It's not that I have not looked. It's not that I've not worked before. I told you what my plan was, and I was very serious. I was very serious about I was working, I was doing business, and let me tell you, God made sure none of it worked. It was, in fact, my life was even, I think, harder then. Right now, my life is a little bit easier because najuaga tu siko peke yangu, najuaga tu Holy Ghost is there helping me. The grace is sufficient. At that time, I did have grace to just do life, and yeah. So, like the other day, let me tell you how bad it was. The other day, I noticed this will be a little bit controversial. It's a little bit too much of information, but anyway, for the sake of that person who is out there and in like a situation like mine, don't worry. Things will get better. So I noticed my house was untidy. Gosh, I wish I can just take a picture and insert here of how my seat was, and it's the face. When you enter the door, the first thing you see is my seat, and I'm telling you, it was what? Okay, don't worry about my nails. I did it's called what? Dye. I applied my client's dye, and it just discolored my nails. So don't worry about that. And you will enter, and the first thing you see is my seat. I had clothes. See, for a lady, the way you would just be removing clothes and you put them and you like which one you like dress, which one you like do. I never used to return them back, and I'll just go and come back, and I just don't do anything. Sometimes I'm in the house and I'm so discouraged. I'm so discouraged. I'm so down. I'm so not doing this life. I'm like, God, if you take me, it's fine. Of course, you know I'm not gonna take my life. That I will not do. But if you just choose to take me, it's okay, because man, this is too much. I have been through a lot. I know everybody has a story, but man, I have been through a lot. The other day I was talking to a friend of mine and she was telling me, if I'm tired, I don't even think God is real. I'm not even sure these pastors, which God they really talk about, they really see, because at this point I just think they're Illuminati. I don't, blah, blah, blah. It's been 7 years in the wilderness and nothing is working. And I was like, oh, wow, 7 years. So welcome to my life. My life has actually been now 10 years of the wilderness, and yeah, we're still moving. So yours is 7 years. Welcome to another one that is 10 years. So I was able to encourage her. She wanted to just discard church. She wanted to just step out and be like, you know what, I'm not going to church. I'm leaving this church. I go to JCC Parklands, and our lady Bishop Kathy Allen Q now, and she wanted to just leave church and just, you know, not go to another church, just leave church and just be there. So I was talking to her. I was telling her my stories. I was reminding her of times that I was homeless. I was in the streets. The times when I slept in unfinished buildings, when I stayed with a friend, and after one day they just chased me out of their house. I didn't have a place to go. You know, and that time God has just separated you. Oh, I was doing my hair. And that time God has just separated you from everybody else. Like, you don't have anyone that can help. God makes sure. Like, anybody. I was telling her, tell me of someone who is in the wilderness and is with their parents and is with people. When you're in the Moses was in the wilderness alone. Elijah was in the wilderness alone. Jesus, with such a loving family, was in the wilderness alone. So when you go to the wilderness, God will make sure you're alone. Nobody to help. It's called separation. It's not, yeah. It's called separation. So I remember there was a time I was going through something. When I was done, I told my mom, and my mom was like, man, you need to write a book. Because even at my age, I think I would have died. My friends tell me, man, I'd love to be like you, because me, if it was me, I would have been in the hospital. They'd just be adding drip of water in my body. So I was talking to her and I encouraged her, and on Sunday she came to church, on Friday she was there for Kesha. I was just like, what? It was just to encourage this one. Thank you. You know, if at all what I've gone through was just for this girl, just to encourage her and make her stand, then I think I'm okay, you know. So sometimes those are some of the things that really encourage me when I look at someone and man, I think ouch, we are 27 minutes. It's actually 28 minutes. I think I'll just add this bit so that it will be long. So sometimes when I just see someone encouraged like that and back on their feet, I'm like, man, it's okay. If that experience is just to make for this person, then I think I'm okay. I think I'm okay. So sometimes that is what usually encourages me. But I was telling you about my house. So one day I just woke up and it dawned on me, my God, I have, like, my house looks a mess. I was like, Faith, let me tell you, you've done psychology and you know very well this is how depression starts. When you don't feel like doing anything, you're just there. This is how depression starts, and we're not allowing you. We cannot allow you get into depression. So you know what you will do? You will stand up. And that time, I think I hadn't even eaten supper. I didn't have money for ouch, ouch, ouch. I didn't even have money for dinner. I hadn't even eaten. So I woke up. I'm hungry. I'm hungry. I'm not fasting. You know, when you're fasting, there is grace for to stay hungry. I'm not fasting. I'm hungry. I'm looking at my life and I'm like, man, God, just give this life to somebody else because I'm just tired of it. And the Holy Ghost just, sometimes I just encourage myself in the Lord, like David did when everybody went against him. He just sat and encouraged himself in the Lord. So sometimes, most of the times, I just do that. I'll be like, okay, it's okay, it's fine, it's your life. God has got good plans for you. It is the will of God to prosper you. So it's not because right now things are not like that. It doesn't mean that God is unfaithful, or God is unjust, or God doesn't want. If his word says that He delights in the prosperity of His saints, then He delights in you being prospered because you're His saint, because you're His child, and He's a good God and He's a merciful God. So yeah, sometimes I just encourage myself. So I woke up. I was like, you know what, my friend. Depression will not even come near you. You have to wake up and do the necessary. So I told a friend of mine. I had texted her the previous day, but she didn't get online, so she texted me the next day. And so I was like, you know what, blah blah blah, this is da 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 da. I wanted to da 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 da. And I was telling her, man, my house is untidy, and it's not that it's dawning on me. That's how my brain is. My brain right now is very confused. My brain is very clogged. My brain is very foggy. My brain is very untidy. My brain is. I knew this is how your brain is, and that is why everything looks like the way it's looking. So my friend of mine, was like, you know what, you wake up and you do the necessary. I was like, you know what, I'm waking up and I'm doing the necessary. So I woke up. I had dirty laundry. Kidogo kidogo mimi ningekosa nguo ya kuvaa. Kidogo tu ningekosa nguo ya kuvaa, by the way. I had like dirty, a lot of, unclean. I watched like a portion. I have like another portion waiting, and I didn't notice. And of course, I don't like doing laundry. I wouldn't even like I like doing laundry. But my clothes, I never put like a lot, because I know I don't like doing laundry. So I'll not allow myself have like a bag, because it will just make me be unstable in all my ways. So I ensure I don't have like a lot of dirty laundry. But this time I had like a lot of that, and I fold them when I'm done with whatever. I fold and put it in the laundry basket. I fold. So if you get to my washroom, you'll think, oh, very nicely well put together folded clothes, but they're dirty. They're dirty. So I just woke up. I was like, you know what, Faith Wanjohi, you're not going one more day. You're not going one more day like this. All right. So you better wake up. And so I just woke up. I did the laundry. I cleaned my house. And I started feeling a little bit better. But I was like, for you to get here, you're not okay. Faith Wanjohi, for you to get here. So I had to sit and start rethinking about, because even for you, like, I didn't have motivation for nothing. Even YouTube, the times I was very encouraged. Ouch. The times someone is calling 72972. Who is this? Okay, I don't know who it is. Can you even hear me? Because I don't know, someone is calling. Or should I pick first? Okay, let me pick, because I don't know who it is. Guys, I didn't pick. Just hang back. Anyway, I'll call back later. I don't know who it is. It's a new number, so I had to. I was very discouraged. YouTube. Hey, let me tell you. I've stayed for like 6 months without getting into YouTube. Imagine, for like 6 months without getting into YouTube, because not just posting, even watching videos myself. Yeah, I know they're friends of mine. Even in in the missions, I mean, by the way, guys, I can sing. They tell you, oh my god, you update, I can sing. I'm in the praise and worship team. Missions praise and worship team. So our leader sends us like videos on the page, on the WhatsApp group. YouTube, I never open them. I'd be like, oh, this song I know. The other day I was able to send it, and she's like, but I posted it in the group. I was like, oh, okay, let me go check. But in real sense, I'll just be telling someone, just send me that video. Just send me the video. Don't tell me to go to YouTube, because yeah. Imagine that was me. A friend of mine sent me preachings and I didn't even open because yeah, I didn't feel like. Yani, that's how my life has been of late. So as you're seeing me making my hair like this, this hair was bad though. This hair was bad. I would just, okay, the good thing is I know how to style, so I'll just do something. Most of the times I'll just get a ponytail, just comb, get a ponytail, put my, I don't know what it is, my extension and this thing over here, and I'm like, we're gone. I don't leave edges, I don't do nothing. The other day I applied lipstick and my pastor was like, what? For the first time I'm seeing you in lipstick? Me that used to do makeup every day. Me that I wouldn't step out of the house without lipstick, without I don't know what. I'll just spend time on myself. Me. The pastor is looking at me and saying, this is the first time I'm seeing you in lipstick. My hair is long. That's how bad it was. That's how bad it was. So I woke up, I cleaned my house, did laundry. I've just unward. They're here, they're on the chair. I'll do the rest, put them here, and then I'll do a video as I just arrange them, because I need to, and I have a lot of clothes. Let me tell you, I've been telling God, oh God, my clothes. Guys, I have a lot of clothes. My friend came here and she was like, "Ma'am, you just gave me some clothes because you have a lot of clothes." And in myself, I know I don't have clothes. But like, I keep quiet. Even clothes is a problem. Yani, I've been telling God, just give me the basic. You see, food, shelter, clothes, just that. Food, shelter, clothes. I don't even need luxuries. Just give me food, shelter, clothing. That's all I need. Just that's basically all I need. God, that's basically all I need. I saw my clothes. I was like, what? I have clothes. God, thank you. I have clothes. I have clothes. Yeah. Because for me to stay for like, I don't even know what I'm doing, but anyway, for me to stay for like a whole month without washing clothes and I still have clothes to wear. Let me tell you, I removed all of them and I was washing. I was like, oh, even this one is mine. Now but I usually have this trouser. Oh, and this top still exists. So you can imagine how long haven't I done laundry. Just imagine. Until I have forgotten some of my clothes. Yeah. But anyway, right now we're picking ourselves up. And depression. Let me tell you, depression. Let me talk to this depression. You have nowhere near my dwelling. You have nowhere near my dwelling. I refuse to be discouraged. I refuse to be downcasted. I refuse. Because there are people who are depending on me. There are people who are depending on me spiritually. Let me tell you one thing that has really made me even not like give up. It's my friends who depend on me to hear God for them. Okay, it looks fine and it looks in a sound kama kiburi, but I have my friends who just come to me. I think they know. They just come to me for, when they're discouraged, when their marriage is not working, when they don't know what is not doing what, and they're like, Faye, I can pray for you. When you pray, God hears. Anytime you pray for me, God does it. And I fast and I pray for them, and God does it. And you know how that makes me feel sometimes. I have to sit myself down and tell myself, you know what, you'll not be jealous, you'll not be envious of your friend because you prayed for them and God moved. Because your time is coming, all right? So relax. Take a chill pill and relax and wait on God. But like, not even just my friends, even my friends. Like, someone will just come to me, Faye, I have this friend of mine. They're like, this is like an example of one of them. I have this friend of mine. The husband is a drunkard. The husband has done 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Now they're done. Now they're what? And they're like, Faye, please pray. Faye, please. And they remember I talked to this man. The man himself had also given up on himself. I asked him, like, what makes you drink? Because I know sometimes you do things not because of why, because you want to, but because of the situation. And the guy was like, my father is a drunkard, my brother is a drunkard. I was like, Father God, I'm not even dealing with him. I'm dealing with generational So I was like, oh God, this is hard. I, you know, it's one thing to deal with you, and it's another thing to deal with a whole generational. Like, I'm dealing with the father, the uncle, the, I know we don't even know about the grandfather, the great grandfather. And I was like, God, and God told me, I am a generational God, and I'm able to do. All right, so don't let that make you feel like you're not qualified enough to pray for this person. I was like, okay, cool. So I fasted for them. I prayed. I prayed for the husband, for the man. I had a discussion with him, and then guess what? I'm passing. I'm just doing my own business. I'm just, you know, swinging, and I meet with a friend, and my friend is like, guess what? Imagine Nani was telling me about their husband. Imagine the husband has stopped drinking. The husband has gone back to work, and you know the guy was at an airport. He was working at the airport, at an airport, because of his drunkenness. They took him to rehab. He came back. He relapsed. Took him to rehab again. Came back. He relapsed again. So they gave up on him. They're like, you know what? We can't help you past this. So just go home. Look for a job. Got a job in another airport again. Airline gave him the job, but he couldn't sustain it because of course alcohol, and he was just home. Sold everything. In fact, I met him at a friend's place who has a second-hand thing, and the guy sold it. The guy was selling everything from his offer to an extension. So I was there. I was like, man, for a man to sell this. I know he came with a wife, and they were selling it just for unga. I was like, man, this is bad. This is bad. This is bad. For a man, this is bad. you know. So I'm meeting with them, and they're like, and then again I meet with the wife, and the wife is like, thank you so much. You know, my friend was like, so can I know any pasta? So I meet with them, with the lady. He's like, you know, he went back to work. He gives me money every month. He does this. He has bought everything he had sold. You know, the other day I saw the woman has opened up another business. She sees me. She's like, hi, you know, she's happy. The other day I met with the guy. The guy is happy, and I'm like, what? Am I not praying? What formula did I use to pray for this one that I'm not praying for myself? You know, so sometimes I feel like I'm done, but for such, I'm like, God, if I made that person that happy, if you know, it just somehow encourages me. Because I'm like, hey God, we can't afford to give up, because now you see, these are our friends. I can't let them down. And how will I spread the gospel? Because that's basically my main job. How will I spread the gospel if I'm discouraged? How will I encourage them if myself, you know, how will I do your work? How will I do your work if you get? So sometimes I'm not even encouraged for myself. I'm encouraged for them. I'm encouraged for you people. I'm like, man, thank you for the people that are looking at my life and admiring my God, because God has just glorified me. Any God, I mean glorified too. Yani, I don't look like the problems I'm going through. Yeah. Sometimes it feels so bad when I'm in church and someone comes and asks me for fare, and myself I don't have. And you tell them you don't have, and they feel like, oh my God, you're so stingy, because you look money. Hey, thank God. Yeah, it's only my friends that understand. You see those my close friends that I tell everything. They're the only ones that understand, because probably hata mimi ni hao walinitumia hiyo fare ya kwenda kanisa. Sasa, yeah, that's how my life has been. God. Anyway, God is a good God. The other day I was saying, I feel like God, you know, it's like a marriage. You see intimacy. When you say intimacy with God, it's like that husband-wife relationship. You're intimate like this. Like, it's okay, now for God it's even more than wife husband. And I feel like God does things to me because he knows, for me, divorce is not an option. You know, God knows I cannot divorce him. Divorce is not an option for me. So God will just do things because he knows I'll not go anywhere. Sometimes I just wallow in self-pity, and I know he's in heaven, and he's just there, and he's like, you know what, you just wallow in self-pity, and then when you're done, you just wake up and you continue with this relationship. You know, God is like, you know what, you continue being discouraged, but when you're done, just wake up, just lumber some glucose and move on. All right? You feel like you want to beat me, it's fine. You just take a nap and make me wake up better. All right? Like, God knows I can't do nothing. I can't do anything. I can't like divorce him. So he just does me like this, because he knows I cannot do anything, and then I cannot beat him. But God, anyway, it's okay. I'm not complaining. I'm happy. You know, I'm happy. I know. Very soon we shall be testifying of the goodness of God. I'm almost done, guys. I'm almost done. Guys, one thing, I don't want it to be very, because I'm planning to shukwa, so I don't want it to be very, yeah. That's why I didn't even apply oil. You see, I'm not applying oil. Yeah, because I want to sugar. So yeah. So guys, that has been my life of late. Hey, and then my agent has been making it even hard. Let me tell you, we have a new agent. I'm telling you, she's ha. Last month I delayed to pay rent. I'm telling you, by date 10 they had already. I didn't have like rent arrears, but I hadn't finished paying. Do you know by 10 she had already cut off my electricity? Imagine, and it's just for that month. Imagine. I just hear her talk outside here, and I'm telling you, she abuses people. Gosh, hi. She abuses people, and you can't do anything about it. Well, she's usually like, I want those that will have children. I will chase you out, and I'll chase you at 3 p.m. when everybody is seeing you. And she's happy by that about it, and she's not saying it to share. If you can't parent, just move out. Just go. Hammer. A lot of people have hammered in this my apartment. But God is helping us, eh? But I wouldn't lie. Hey, it's hard. Man, it's hard. I wouldn't even lie. It's hard. It has not been easy at all, at all, at all. And then all the expectations. Yet your parents are there. Your parents are like, hey, you're too old to be living such a life, my friend. You're too old. They don't understand. They don't get it. So you find they make it even harder for you. So the day I was telling my friend, hey, let me tell you, it has gotten to a place where if I'm to compromise, I'm compromising to just please my parents. I know I wouldn't want, and I wouldn't compromise by the help of God. That is by the help of God. By the grace of God, I wouldn't compromise and just choose a shorter route. Because there are shorter routes to get money. So, anyways, and the routes are always presenting itself. It's always presenting itself. But let me just apply kidogo mafuta. It's always presenting itself. So I wouldn't want to compromise, honestly. But man, sometimes I think about my mom and I'm like, hey, what? Akiongeza pressure tena kidogo tu hivi. God naye aseme, this one do it yourself. Hey, we are done, we are gone. Hey, we are gone. Hey. But I wouldn't want to get there, honestly speaking. I would not want to get there. I would not. Oh my God, I would not want to get there. Okay? May God help me. May God help me not even get there. Guys, we are done. I'm just trying to melt the oil. Guys, that has been my life of late. How have you been? I've ranted about my own, so how have you guys been? Just drop a comment. If you want us to be friends, just drop a comment. Okay. Yeah, if you would want us to be friends, you can as well just drop a comment and let me know. Yeah. Aside now YouTube, if you want us to just talk about life, basically, or encourage each other. Want us to encourage each other, or you're going through a situation and you just need someone to talk to. Yeah. What? It's too big. Oh my god, let me do it like this. Because man, I'm also talking to my friends and I'm getting like 60% of my friends are not doing okay. 60% of my friends are not doing okay. So we need to pray for each other, right? We need to pray for each other. We really, 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 really. It's a balance, man. But anyway, situanishi tena. Hey, you mafuta imenichoma. Ish, praise Lord. Oh my god. Looks better, right? Yeah, it looks better. So guys, that has been it for today. So yeah, bye guys. This video is like a whole hour, but I don't know what I'm gonna do about it, because yeah, a whole hour is a lot to just keep you waiting and just listening to me. But you can listen to me for a whole hour, right? Yeah, guys, always remember the best, and in everything you do, just put God first and you'll never be disappointed. It may get hardest, but the Holy Ghost will always help you. If you're with God somehow he just comes through. And it is just a with God. You may sleep not wanting to wake up tomorrow, and you wake up tomorrow to something beautiful, and you're encouraged, and you're like, yeah, I think life is worth living. So yeah, I was gonna be the best in everything you do. Put good first and you'll ever be disappointed. Guys, please subscribe, encourage me, please, guys. Please, let's get to 1,000, you all, okay? Yeah. Bye.